Namaskara. Dear students, in today's lecture, we will discuss about edible mushroom and preservation. Introduction. A mushroom is the soft, spore-bearing, fruiting body of a fungus produced above the ground level or some other food source. Knowledge of what is edible and correct identification of mushrooms is very essential and also large extent based on the knowledge gathered during centuries from elders. Edible mushrooms are consumed by humans for their nutritional value and they are occasionally consumed for their medicinal value. Mushroom consumed by those who practicing folk medicine are known as medical mushrooms. It is also considered as a complete food and suitable for all age groups as a food of delicacy of characteristic biting texture and flavor. Fresh mushrooms purchased from stores or harvested from the wild can be used for many months later if stored properly. There are mainly different kinds of mushrooms and there are different ways to preserve them. This episode deals with mushroom and world production, classification A. biporous and Pleurotus fabullatus, nutritional value and health benefits, cultivation of mushrooms, preservation. Mushroom and world production of mushrooms. It is one of the most suitable fungal organism for producing protein rich food from various agro waste or forest waste without composting. The global mushroom production as per FAO statistics was estimated at about 2.18 to 3.42 million tons over a period of last 10 years. Since there was an increasing of 56% of world production in last decades and China is the largest producer and consumer of mushroom in the world. World production of mushroom is growing and now exceeds 3 million tons worth of a market value of 10 billion US dollar. Globally, mushrooms are treated mostly in processed form. However, lately fresh mushrooms are being preferred over preserved ones in European Union and American countries. Major exporting countries of fresh mushrooms are Netherlands, Poland, Ireland, Belgium. China is the largest exporter of preserved mushrooms with a market share of 42%, Netherlands 25.11%, Spain 7.37% are the other major countries. Mushroom production in India has been estimated at 48,000 tons per annum. Punjab alone produced 20 to 25% of total produced, followed by Himachal Pradesh, Haryana. You can see the dendrogram, figure 1, world production of fresh mushrooms, classification A. biporous and fabullatus, kingdom fungi, phylum Basidiomycota, family Agaricaceae and genus Agaricus, species A. biporous. Agaricus biporous is cultivated in more than 70 countries and it is one of the most commonly grown and widely consumed mushrooms in the world. It is temperate variety that grows on performed substrate called compost. Oyster mushroom Pleurotus species belongs to class Basidiomycetes and family Agaricaceae, grows naturally in the temperate and tropical forest on dead and decaying wooden logs. It may also grow on decaying organic matters. Pleurotus fabullatus is white attractive mushroom that grows during rainy season in the southern parts of country. Oysters are one of the most versatile mushrooms. They are easy to cultivate and common all over the world. They are also very beautiful, coming in the broad spectrum of colors. The name oyster mushroom is also applied to other Pleurotus species. P. oystratis is sometimes called as the tree oyster mushroom or the grey oyster mushroom. Other names may exist: oyster shell tree, oyster straw mushroom, flat mushroom. In Japanese, mushroom is easily recognized by the way it grows on wood like cluster. It's relatively large in size. The oyster mushroom is one of the few known carnivorous mushrooms. Its mycelia can kill and digest nematodes, and it's believed that mushroom obtain nitrogen by this way. The oyster mushroom is frequently used in Japanese, Korean and Chinese cookery as a delicacy. Health benefits of mushroom: it contains 3% of protein and all the other essential nutrients and minerals. The folic acid present in the oyster mushroom helps to cure anemia. It is suitable for people with hypertension, obesity and diabetes due to its low sodium and potassium ratio, starch, fat and caloric value. High fiber content makes them suitable for consumption for those who are having hyperacidity and constipation. Cancer: mushroom contain high antioxidants as capacity as carrots, tomatoes, etc. And selenium is a mineral found in mushrooms. It plays a vital role in liver enzyme function and helps detoxify some cancer causing compounds in the body. Additionally, selenium prevents inflammation and also control tumor growth rate. The vitamin D in mushroom has also been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer cells from mutations in DNA. Heart health: the fiber, potassium and vitamin C contents in the mushrooms all contributes to cardiovascular health. Potassium and sodium works together in the body to help regulate blood pressure. Immunity: selenium has been found to improve immune response to infection by stimulating production of killer T cells. The beta glucan fiber found in the cell walls of mushrooms stimulate the immune system to fight cancer cells. Weight management: dietary fiber play an important role in the weight management by functioning as a bulking agent in the digestive system. Mushroom contain two types of dietary fiber in their cell walls: beta glucans and chitin, which reduce appetite, thereby lowering overall calorie intake. Nutrients in the button mushroom. Table 1: nutrition facts per 100 gram of mushroom. Table 2: nutrients content in the mushroom. All mushrooms are an excellent source of the antioxidant selenium, which works with vitamin E to protect cells from damaging free radicals. Most people think banana are the high potassium food, but it may surprise that mushroom contain more potassium than bananas. Potassium helps the body. So, people with hypertension and high risk of stroke can consume mushrooms regularly in their diet. Beta glucans found in numerous mushroom species contribute to resistance against allergies. The beta glucans contained in the oyster and other gill mushrooms are considered to be the most effective. Cultivation of mushrooms. At present, 3 varieties of mushrooms are being cultivated in India. They are white button mushrooms, Agaricus biporus, the paddy straw mushroom, and the oyster mushroom, Pleurotus sojarkaju and Pleurotus fabulatus. Of the A. biporus is the most widely and economically cultivated variety throughout the world. Mushroom cultivation can be done by using agriculture waste from forest and industries. Those are easily available in the villages. Agaricus species were grown on the fermented substrate called compost. Composting is defined as incomplete microbial degradation of organic waste. During this process, nitrogenous matters like horsegram powder, urea and malt sprouts were added to moist straws. Pleurotus species are mainly the wood-rotting fungi. This can be grown on straw dust, rice straw, chopped banana waste and newspaper. Fruit bodies in general contain crude fiber, highly perishable at room temperature as compared to agaricus species. Flow chart: chopped paddy straw 2.5 kg, fill up in gunny bags, soaked in water for 18 to 12 hours. Drain of excess water. Hot water treatment for 30 to 60 minutes. Drain of excess water. Moisture up to 70 to 75%. Prepared bed laying of spawn of 100 gram. Add 30 gram of horse gram powder. Mix well in a sterile condition. Fill mixture into the 150 gauge polyethylene bags with the pinholes or perforated trays. Mouth of the bags were tied with a piece of thread. Hanging the bed, wetting pinhole stages. Fruiting bodies started emerging from the polyethylene perforation. Cut open the plastic bags and expose the straw substrate. Exposed bags were watered heavily and yield noted on third day. Harvest the mature fresh mushroom containing 89 to 30% water. Store them in a polyethylene pouches with perforation and at low temperature. Grain spawn. Grain are sterilized and inoculated with spores or a sterilized mycelium culture. Incubate at room temperature. Entire grain covered with full mycelium. Preparation of grain spawn. Select healthy and clean cereal grains. Boil grains in water for 15 to 20 minutes. Remove excess water. Dry grains in a shade for 2 to 3 hours. Add mother spawn. Mix CaCO3 0.5% and CaSO4 2% and dry wet basis. Fill the prepared grains in milk bottles plugged with cotton under aseptic conditions. Incubate at room temperature. This is the spawn figure. Oyster mushroom is polyethylene bags. Table 3. Top 10 countries producing mushrooms. Countries producing mushroom: China, United States, Netherlands, Poland, Italy, Spain, France, Iran, Canada, UK. List of cultivated edible mushroom. Beet mushroom, native of East Asia. Button mushroom, native of Europe and North America. Cauliflower mushroom, native of Europe and North America. Ear fungus, they are also called jelly mushrooms, native of East Asia. Oyster mushroom, this mushroom found throughout the world and largely cultivated. Paddy straw mushroom, it is very common in China and native of East Asia. Snow fungus, it is another jelly mushroom. Forest mushroom, one of the more common mushroom. Tuber mushroom, the several hundred species are found in all over the world. Cultivation has been practiced since the 19th century. They are grown on certain tree roots. Winter mushroom, it has been cultivated in Japan for over 3.5 years. Preservation of mushroom. There are a number of ways to preserve mushrooms, which include drying, freezing, pickling, salting, powdering, and a few more methods are also used. There are the main methods listed are freezing raw mushrooms, pickling, Japanese soya sauce pickled mushrooms, pickled marinated mushrooms, packed in oil, salting, drying, canning, freezing raw mushrooms. Clean the mushroom, cut them into slices, spread the mushroom pieces in a single layer on a large plate. Freeze for 2 hours. Transfer the frozen mushrooms in a freezer containers. Because they were frozen in a single layer first, the pieces will stay loose and individually in the containers. Pickling. Mushrooms can be pickled using a standard pickling brine and pickling techniques. It is just like pickling cucumber. Same methods can be adopted to pickle mushrooms. Packing in oil. Oil is used for preserving the mushrooms. First, combine 1 cup of wine vinegar with 2/3 cups of water and put in a low flame. Add in a few spices like salt, bay leaf and so forth. Then cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Add in the mushrooms, cleaned and sliced, and simmer for another 10 minutes. Drain the mushrooms well and allow them to dry. Place the mushrooms in a sterilized canning jar and cover with oil. Seal the jar and place in a dark, cool condition. Salting. Preserving mushroom in this way goes back to centuries. Clean the mushrooms thoroughly and slicing them using a covered glass jar. Pour in a layer of sea salt. Add a layer of mushrooms. Pour salt over the mushrooms until covered and then add another layer of mushrooms. Continue this process until the jar is full. Then cover and store in a cool place. Use a ratio of 3 parts salt and 1 part of mushroom for this process. Drying. Fresh edible mushrooms have a short shelf life during which they can be consumed. Due to their perishable nature, they quickly deteriorate, so people like to consume mushrooms in fresh form, and only a few are preserved after sun drying, smoking, drying or salting. Removing the moisture will avoid spoilage. Once dried mushrooms can be placed in airtight containers and store them in a dark place to avoid spoilage, and it can be stored in the low temperature for a longer period. Japanese soy sauce pickled mushrooms. The soya sauce pickled is nothing but the mushrooms are pickled in a soya sauce. Sliced mushrooms are boiled in a soya, sugar, vinegar and ginger to add a bit of freshness. Pickled marinated mushrooms. Use small bottle mushrooms and bring to a boil in a large saucepan. 6 tablespoons bottled lemon juice, 2 parts water, or to cover completely and then simmer for 5 minutes. Drain and discard cooking water for mushrooms. Add 1½ cups olive oil, 2 cups white vinegar, 6 tablespoons finely chopped onions, 3 tablespoons red bell pepper and 2 spoons each basil and pickled salt. Bring it to a boil, turn off heat, then cool to room temperature. Add several black peppercorns and garlic cloves to a sterilized jar. Fill the mushrooms, cool, cover and refrigerate up to 1 month. Canned cultivated button mushrooms. Use standard methods. Select brightly colored small to medium size domestic button mushrooms. Use any standard method for canning. Soak in a cold water for 10 minutes to remove dirt. Wash in a clean water. Cook for 5 minutes. Cover with water in a saucepan and boil 5 minutes. Fill the jar with hot mushrooms. Leave 1 inch headspace. Add salt and vitamin C. Add 1½ teaspoon of salt per pint to the jar. For better color, add 1/8 teaspoon of ascorbic acid powder or 500 mg tablet of vitamin C. Top with hot water to 1 inch of headspace. Add fresh hot water if needed, being sure to leave 1 inch of headspace. Seal the jars and process in the pressure canner. Market opportunities. Direct marketing, fine restaurants, organic or health food stores, nutritional chains. Growth to wholesaler market, direct under controlled environmental conditions. Processed mushrooms, dried soup, sauce, dip mixes and teas. Advantages. Very less money is involved. Use of many agricultural waste material as substrate. It is biodegradable, hence it is environmental friendly. Cultivated throughout the year, it is not seasonal. Increasing tendency of demand of mushrooms. Conclusion. Traditionally, fleshy fungi were being collected for home consumption and also commercialized at the local market. During the monsoon season, wild edible fleshy fungi are usually available in the village shop or town markets for sale. Most of the edible species are sold in fresh form as well as dried forms. Economic importance of the mushrooms lies primarily in its use as food for human consumption. It is rich in vitamin C and B complex, including riboflavin, niacin and pantothenic acid, which helps to provide energy and breaking down proteins, fats and carbohydrates. B vitamins also play an important role in the nervous system, and the protein contents up to 3.5 to 4%. It has most of the mineral salts required by the human body. The niacin content is about 10 times higher than any other vegetables. Mushrooms are rich in protein, dietary fiber, vitamins and minerals. The digestible carbohydrate profile of mushroom include starch, pentoses, hexoses, disaccharides, amino sugars, sugar alcohols and sugar acids. The total carbohydrate content in mushroom varied from 26 to 82% on dry weight basis in different mushrooms. The crude fiber composition of the mushroom consists of partially digestible polysaccharide and chitin. Riboflavin helps maintain healthy red blood cells. Niacin promotes healthy skin and makes sure the digestive and nervous system function properly. Pleurotus species have high medicinal value. The compounds extracts from the mushrooms exhibit activity against various chronic diseases including hypertension, hypercholesterolemia. The spent straw can be recycled for growing oyster mushrooms after supplementing with wheat or rye bran and also preparing compost for white button mushroom. After suitable supplementation with nitrogen-rich dried manure. The spent straw can be used as a cattle feed and also for biogas production. The slurry can be used as manure for garden. Indian medicine mushrooms are potential source of antioxidants and anti-cancer compounds. Mushroom cultivation provides employment generation. Dried and fresh mushroom can sold in the market apart from pickling and mushroom soup powder. Most suitable for rural area and can create self-employment. Easy post-harvest processing, particularly dehydration, sun drying. Faster growth rate and low cost production.